Batman, are you staying for the party? If I stay, there can be no party. I must be out there in the night, staying vigilant. Wherever a party needs to be saved, I'm there. Wherever there are masks, wherever there is tomfoolery and joy, I'm there. But sometimes I'm not, because I'm out in the night staying vigilant, watching, lurking, running, jumping, hurtling, sleeping. No, I can't sleep. You sleep. I'm awake. I don't sleep. I don't blink. Am I a bird? No, I'm a bat. I'm Batman. Or am I? Yes, I'm Batman. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in our Let's Play series. What was that intro? Anyways, if you know the reference, leave a comment. But today I have some stuff to show you. First, in our Wither skeleton farm here, I did a little bit more of mining. As we can see here. Yeah, I mined these 2 layers and I already started mining the next 2. Let's see if I can... Oh, there. See, I already started mining a little bit here. So yeah, and... Oh, I forgot to bring the hostile sounds back. There we go. But anyways, I started mining here because we finished mining the area for the vault, which is where we're going now. And as you can see here in the Nether Hub, I did another tunnel that goes to the vault, and this tunnel goes to the nearest stronghold. Ta-da! There's the vault portal here. Yeah, so the idea is we come here, play a game of Vault Hunters, and go to the end, back to the storage. And yeah, I tried to make it a little bit of a different honey here. The vault itself will also be a little bit themed after honey blocks and honey combs. And we did this, that is Vault Portal. And in Vault Hunters, the way you turn on the portal is throwing a crystal at it. So we did this little thing here. It plays a disc for 2 seconds just to have a sound effect, I guess. And we can go through, play the vault, and whenever we come back, we can press this button to turn off the vault. And then the next time we come in, we just press this, get the crystal, throw in there, and turn off. So yeah, let's go through. I added some crystals here just for decoration. Let's go through to see how it's looking there. And as you can see, we finished mining, and I already had done the ceiling with a smooth stone. Let me actually get a night vision potion here so we can see it better. There it is. Yeah, so the ceiling you guys already saw I did with the smooth stone, and the walls I used the polished on the side, and the floor I did with frog lights. And you can see some chunks here. If you do the chunk borders, you see this is a chunk. Some chunks are with green frog lights, because these are the slime chunks. So if we fly a little bit, you can see there is a few slime chunks. Because I want inside the vault it to be spawn proof, so nothing other than the mobs from the spawners spawn. So whenever we have a slime chunk, we're gonna have to spawn proof, not just with light, but with buttons. But anyways, you can see there is a lot of spawners here. Some of them are a little bit higher up, that's why we dug this. And some of them are a little bit down. So we dug a few holes on the ground here. And yeah, of course, all these frog lights uh, will not be visible inside the vault. This outside part here with frog lights will be to do the headstone, which is what I want to talk about now. Of course, we are not gonna do any headstone here today. We already did some in the portal there that I showed you, but yeah, this project will take a long time to be finished, probably about 2 or 3 months, I don't know. But what I want to talk about today is the principles, let's say, behind what I want to do here. Because I did have already some experience doing some other mini games or playing other mini games made by other people. So I have a pretty good idea of what is what we should avoid, I guess, and what we should try to accomplish. So the first thing I want to try to accomplish here is to do the headstone as simple as possible. Because in the past, I have done some mini games and also played some mini games in servers that the headstone was too complicated. And sometimes in servers that is necessary because you want to make sure there is no way people would accidentally break the game, or you want to make the game foolproof essentially, right? But here, because it's single player and I'm totally not a fool, I don't need to make it foolproof, right? So yeah, because this is single player, we can simplify the headstone a lot. And also, it's because I want to show you guys and explain everything I did with headstone, which reminds me I didn't show the headstone in the portal there, so we will show that at the end of the video. And the only other thing headstone related I did is I placed the frog or headstone lamps with levers there, so we can turn on and off to test when we are building the game. And the second thing, which is very important, is to make the game fun to play. It's kind of obvious, but in the past there were some stuff in games that were not too fun. And basically, it's two things. First is because the game will be always in this place, will always be the same vault. We have to make a way to be replayable, right? Because in the Vault Hunters mod pack, of course, every time you open a new vault is a completely new place. But here we can't do that. I'm not gonna spend the 200 hours mining a place to build a vault every time we want to play a vault. And yeah, the idea of this game is to play once every stream, or maybe twice, it depends. But yeah, the idea to make it replayable I had is to make the game very short, which is actually the second thing, is that some games, like for example my Raid Coliseum I have here, they take too long to set up because I have to go get Bad Omen and all that, and spawn the Wither and all that, right? So yeah, in the waves of the raid it takes too long, so uh, yeah, it's not fun to play a game that takes too long, and what ends up happening is I just don't play the game anymore, which is what happened to the Raid Coliseum, and we don't want this to happen here. So the solution for both of those problems is we're gonna drop an item in, at the start of the game, and we have to finish the vault before the item despawns. So that means the whole game will be 5 minutes or less. This way, we make sure the game is not too long to not make us not want to play the game. In this way, because it's only 5 minutes and there will be a lot of rooms here, we will probably not be able to get to every single room, every single game. So that makes the game replayable, because every time we play, we can go to different rooms and stuff like that. And another way to make the game replayable is there will be several objectives. In Vault Hunters, in the mod pack, you have different types of vault. For example, you have a vault that you have to find some monoliths and right click. We're gonna have something similar to that here, using lodestones to find the place you have to go. And another type of vault, for example, is the scavenge vault, that you have to open a bunch of chests until you find all the items you want. We're gonna have that here. And we're also gonna have a different type of scavenge that will be a villager scavenge. We're gonna have a bunch of villagers through the vault with different professions. And we're gonna have a scavenge villager type of vault that you have to go and trade for specific items with the villagers. Another type of vault that you have in Vault Hunters is the cake vault, and in that vault you find a cake, and whenever you click the cake, another cake spawns in the game somewhere. And although that it might be possible to do something similar to that here, that would be a challenge headstone wise, and also we would have to reset it manually all the time, and that's another thing I don't want to do. I don't want to have to reset stuff manually too often. I mean, because we're gonna have loot in chests, in barrels, shulker boxes, whatever, we're gonna have it to refill that loot, but I'm gonna make it a way that I only have to refill maybe once a month or something like that, just so we don't need to every time we play the game refill stuff. Which brings me to another thing, that is the crystals here, the amethyst. In Vault Hunters you can mine ores, and of course here we're not gonna have ores to mine, because then I would have to replace them manually. So the ores we're gonna mine will be amethyst. So this will be kind of the stuff we have to mine, because it so happens that we have these two geodes here. Oh, and I was actually talking about the cake vault. We're gonna have a cake vault, but instead of having to find cakes, what you're gonna do is you're gonna find the ingredients to craft a cake, and then you have to craft a cake and place it in a specific spot in the vault to complete the vault. So that's gonna be our cake vault. And we're gonna have the other special things, like we already have a lot of spawners, right? And we're gonna bring a lot of mobs here, probably a warden, probably a Ravager, blazes, gases, wither skeletons, drones with tridents. So yeah, there will be a lot of challenges with that, because of course it's kind of hard to bring mobs sometimes, at least some mobs, and to keep them in place, right? So that will be another thing we need to do. And another idea I had is to have some special events, like for example, whenever it's thunderstorming, one room in the vault will open, right? That room just opens when it's thunderstorming, for example. We can think of other stuff later, but yeah, stuff like that would be cool to do. And another thing you have in Vault Hunters is a boss fight. Usually you complete vaulting the boss spawns. So we're gonna have something similar like that. And for now, there's two mobs I'm considering for boss. Could be an iron golem naturally spawned. We could do kind of a iron farm to spawn iron golem. But it might be too easy in iron golem, so we might do a wither. The problem with the wither is that we would need to make a room that's wither proof, which it's not really that easy. I think if we do everything like the walls, the floor, the ceiling, waterlogged, or maybe obsidian, it would be mostly proof, wither proof. It would only break it sometimes when the wither throws the blue skulls, but we can fix that. Probably this type of vault, the boss vault, would not be too often. And And another cool thing in Vault Hunters is the levels you get and the skill points, upgrades, and we will have that kind of stuff here. For example, the beacons you see here, they will be most of the time off, but you will be able to use your skill points to have a chance of getting a beacon turned on. And we have 4 beacons here, that is Speed 2, Resistance 2, Jump Boost 2, and Strength 2. I think this would be the best beacons. Haste I don't want to put because the only thing we're gonna mine here is the crystals. Maybe we will have some kind of room that has a stone generator that you have to mine for some reason, but yeah, I don't think haste would be that useful. And also, actually, haste is better to not have it so you don't accidentally break a amethyst, budding amethyst thread. The worst thing that can happen here is breaking a spawner, or I guess a budding amethyst wouldn't be that bad, but breaking a spawner would be really bad. That's why when I was mining here, I had the mob switch on, so no creepers spawn and explode the spawners. And the other skills I thought about would be to have a Ender Porter at the start of the game, because in Vault Hunters in here too, you have to come back to the starter room, the portal room, at the end of the game. In here will be the same. So I will have a skill that you get an Ender Pearl, throw it in an Ender Porter, and there will be a lot of buttons around the vault that you can press and come back here. Yeah, that will be a useful skill, because then you don't have to worry about coming back to the start. You can explore more, loot more rooms, and then come back later just pressing a button. So yeah, I probably threw a lot of stuff at you now, a lot of ideas that we have, and I will be building everything on stream. So if you guys want to check that out, there is the link of my Twitch channel in the description. And yeah, you can see me building and also give you ideas, help, or say that what I'm doing is wrong. I don't know. Yeah, you can come in, watch the streams. But yeah, let's go to the other part there so I can show the headstone in the portal. Okay, I'm here at the portal, the nether side here. And the headstone, it has 2 buttons. So this second button, whenever we come to this room, it will be like this. And this button here just gives us a crystal. And whenever we throw the crystal here, let me try to get back here. Okay, there it is. So whenever we throw the crystal here, there is a minecart with a hopper on top of that hopper. And so whenever the item gets to this hopper, this comparator will power this, and the item will go to this dropper here. And this dropper is pointing to another dropper, and the other dropper is pointing upwards. So, okay, so whenever I throw this here, let's see. See? Okay, so it just sent the stuff there and sent a signal here to this headstone torch here that powers this one and lifts up the portal with a flint and steel. And at the same time, we send the signal here, and this signal make this minecart goes down here, and at the same time, it unpowers this torch, and we have the disc here. So when it unpowers the torch, the disc goes to the jukebox there and starts playing. And it only plays 2 seconds because that's the time the minecart gets on underneath the jukebox and get the disc back, and then goes back here, plays the disk back in this hopper, and we'll go to this one, and it stays there because it's locked with the torch, and then next time we throw an item, it will activate again. Now what happens when we press the button to turn off the portal? What happens is, as you saw there is a lava bucket here. So when we press that button, it sends the item that was in that dropper to the next dropper, and these observers activate the lava here. And just because we are using observers, is activate twice, when you power the dropper and when you unpower. And then the other button here just activates the dropper that's right below this block here. So yeah, that's how it works, and looks cool too, I think. What do you guys think? Do you like the way this looks? I hope you guys liked this episode, and I see you guys in the next episode, where it's probably gonna be more progress update on mining netherrack and the explanation of headstone and stuff. Hope you guys like this kind of episodes. Bye!